Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, CPI, big move down on the charts. But really, on the indexes at least, the daily chart has just moved back down into the lower end of its range. It's been stuck in a range for a while. Day. All right, so I can get rid of this. We've been stuck in this daily range. Morning, Brian.
Hello.
How are you?
Doing good. Sleepy.
I feel you. I had some good profits on my option trading yesterday, and the way the daily chart set us up, it's a little bit of a 3-bar play to the upside. I thought that CPI data might be setting us up to finally break this daily range up back up to new all-time highs. So I swung like half of my profits. So I'm a little disappointed with the move down, but it is what it is.
Oh. No. On your funded?
No, I own my options account. I was up like 3K yesterday on my options account, my cash account. And
okay.
Yeah, and I just thought the way the charts were setting up that we may be breaking out of this range that the indexes have been in on the daily chart. And so I thought it was worth it. Had we gotten this the move I wanted to the upside, I would have been up really good. So the risk to reward was there, but it just didn't work out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I was just saying that if you look at the indexes, looking at NQ here, this would be if you're trading NAS 100, same thing. But this is our daily chart, and we've basically been stuck in this range for a while now. Kind of, you could even drag this down a little bit. We had these 2 pops higher, really, but like you can see here we rejected, here we rejected. So we've just kind of been stuck in this range here. And this the CPI rejection, we definitely could sell off more. But my expectations on the day are relatively low. Morning, Ashton. A lot of this, I've looked at a lot of individual names. There's a lot of stocks that are actually holding up pretty decent with the index move down. Tesla, who has been getting beat up recently over the last couple of weeks with this move down on the indexes, is going to be gapping up, which is kind of crazy. So that's showing some relative strength. Apple's another stock was strong yesterday, and it's right in the middle of its range yesterday. So I don't know. There's just there's a handful of names that I'm looking at, individual names that I'm looking at that don't look too bad, which is once again leaves me with some conflicting information. I don't have a real good feeling or bias in either direction today. So I'm going to let things play out and see how it goes. Brian, I'm not sure. I haven't looked at gold. I'm not sure what your thoughts of the market today are.
Well, goodness. CPI came out, almost an hour ago? But it really did spike gold pretty hard. I'm not in any trade at the moment. I'm trying to catch gold on the reversal. And
Trevor said he made 46K shorting NQ on that
wow.
with one of his funded accounts. He said it's a shame you can't trade news with FunderPro futures. Yeah, I don't know if they'll introduce a different account at some point in time. Obviously, they're still new, so they're still kind of building things out and making adjustments. Like the Forex, obviously they offer the swing account, so they do have a news trading option. We'll see if they ever bring anything like that to futures. I could see them doing that at some point. But congrats to you, Trevor. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a large amount.
My overnight long swings are getting smoked. I actually had some Apple. It's going to be holding up okay. But I swung a little some SPY longs too. Those are going to be smoked.
And watch out on your FunderPro futures account if you're on it right now, because I think in about 35 to 40 minutes from now, you have
I think there's
federal chair testifying again, and I think it's a news restriction for futures.
Yeah, Trevor. Nobody allows you to swing. No prop firms allow you to swing in futures, and it would be cool to see them be the first ones to do that. I'm not sure if that's something that they'll be able to do or not. It would be cool. The reason why a lot of these futures firms don't, if you've noticed, over the last few years, we haven't had this happen a lot, but since Trump has taken over in office with the tariff news and certain things that have come out, you've seen when the market opens on Sunday, we've like gapped down 300-400 points from the close on Friday. And so if you're in a swing trade account and that goes against you, obviously you can liquidate your account pretty quickly with those gap downs like that, where you don't have any option to manage those trades. So I mean, that's why they don't that's why these firms don't let you swing on futures accounts, but it would be cool to have it. I agree. Sorry, Brian, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Nah, no interruption. I'm moving some of my drawings that accumulated the last several hours, moving them over here on this FunderPro chart that you're sharing for everybody. So I can put my attention on this chart and not basically the mirror image of it over here on the other side. I am shorting gold at the moment on Forex here.
Okay.
And trying to catch a turnaround on that spike. So I'm basically using this candlestick right there. I'm not going in with really much confirmation other than the one that followed it. So not an engulfing, but this is like one of those 50-50 turnarounds here that you see on candlestick patterns. The other day when we were trading, I actually stopped out with a fixed hard stop that I applied, but trying to remember if I know I jumped back into the trade. I think we ended the stream. Yeah, we ended the stream. I think about 10 minutes later, I actually jumped right back in it and did decent.
Nice.
Yeah, I just shorted it a little too soon while we were live streaming Monday. But I haven't traded this account since then. Yeah, we'll be ready to just manually stop out if I have to. But other than that, I think that's the end of the news I typically consider going on today. Powell testifies again in a little while. That's a restriction on FunderPro futures, but not in FunderPro Forex.
So Powell speaking's a restriction on futures?
Yeah, if you go over to your dashboard. Yeah. That's one of those what I'm still considering a little bit excessive, but
yeah, that's
rules are rules.
interesting.
Rules are rules.
I'm going into the economic calendar now and check it out. I haven't looked at it. So today we had CPI at 8:30, Fed child testimony at 10. So does that just mean like you can't trade?
You're restricted. I think it's a soft breach. I think at the minimum it just
What's
boots
the
you
time?
out.
Like he could sit there and speak for an hour. You know what I mean?
I know. So I have that question. I haven't posed it yet to FunderPro admin.
My guess is it's just right for the beginning of like the first 2 minutes of the speech.
That's my assumption. But just to I know your point right now, and I felt it the other day when I saw it happening. I thought, well, what would you do? Would you like the whole hour or what? But
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Okay, I'm out. It's stupid position. So right now, gold on every platform, futures and forex everywhere, is really just doing a nonsensible spike up. I can't last.
So looks like NQ is going to open right at 21,551, which is a level that I'm watching. It's the level that we bounced off of Sunday night, overnight during the Super Bowl. So I'm going to be watching reactions at 21,551 on NQ. ES, I have levels at 60.23 and 60.20. So we are opening around some support levels. We'll see if they hold or they break and we continue to sell off.
Come on, gold.
By the way, with the CPI, if you're wondering why the drastic sell-off, inflation came in as hotter than expected during the month of January. Basically kind of confirming that the Fed will not be rushing to start cutting interest rates quickly, right? They'll continue to take their time when it comes to interest rates.
Yeah, I heard that. I was hooked to Bloomberg the last couple days.
Part of me wants to try an NQ long out of the gate, but I might actually just with a stop under these lows, but I don't know. I also kind of see how things play out. Noob Trader said I got my first payout on 28th of January, and now it's almost 15 days. On your Forex account, Noob, have you reached out to FunderPro support? Apple holding up. Indexes all openings, putting in red candles right now.
Got this at 5. Okay. So we have...
I'm going to try MNQ long here. Kieran, I'm sorry, I cannot help you with that. Yeah, Noob, I'll reach out, see if I can say something for you. So, I might need your email though. I don't know if there's a good way to get me that.
Isn't today National Hug Day?
Is it?
Let me see. Thought it was. Yes.
National Hug Day.
Yeah. Hug Day is on the 12th of February. It's celebrated as a crucial part of Valentine's week.
News to me.
Yeah, to show warmth and love that brings comfort through simple hugs. Love, care, support, and security are feelings that are transmitted silently through a hug. Aw, Tyler.
Who? Kieran asked for an account? No, I cannot give you a account. I can give you a hug. Yeah, Noob, yeah, send me, yeah, DM me your email to my IG. That's cool. That's cool. All right, so index is seeing a little bit of buying.
See, National Hug Day. You go like this. Can you see that?
Sorry, I was staring at the charts. I didn't see that at first. That's good.
I got that off the internet. I saw it a moment ago. Somebody drew that on their fingers. Like, that's pretty cool. Give it a hug.
Noob, what's your Instagram? Oh, the Funder Pro Instagram, or did you send it to my personal Instagram?
What the heck? Okay. Gold coming down. Trying to catch gold on a bounce. Don't know if I will.
I'm still in my NQ long. I'm aiming for my first trim would be about another 100 points, 21,706. And Noob, sorry if I didn't accept your DM. I normally do, but I get a lot of spammy ones too, and people telling me they'll get me 1 million views and whatnot. What's your Noob? What's your Instagram tag? Let me know so I can find your message request. In sub essay.
Okay, maybe gold will go down from here. I'm trying to short it again. That CPI data came in stronger in both the monthly and the core inflation areas. So I don't think it can go over 2,900, and I'm going to try to call it right here that it's not going to go over 28.98. So who's with me? Short and gold now. No getting off this train.
I knew I found it.
Come on, go do something for me. Let's see, those are twos.
I'm up a little over 1-to-1 R on my NQ, my MNQ longs. See my entry here. Stop. I'm gonna probably throw the stop. 9:30 candle. Yeah, I'm gonna throw the stop just under that candle low. So $55 worth of risk. We're up about 500. I got about another 70 points of room that I'm aiming for.
Okay.
Definitely not going to be greedy today, though. I'm just going to go full flat as opposed to taking a trim if we get there.
I'm going greedy on gold right now. If you're not shorting gold, you're crazy right now.
YM still showing weakness. It's selling lower. ES and NQ both getting a solid bounce so far. All right, my stop's now at break even. If I get to my profit target up here around 700, which I'm going to front run it, I have my sell order at 21,696.50. I will make $1,200. Muhammad, you could use code RISKLIFE. That'll get you a discount off of any account in Forex or futures. Bonero, Ever IP, what up? What up? Nikolai said if I trade on another place with same account, is there will be IP? No, you can travel and trade.
If I'm wrong about my gold short, Tyler, you'll have to edit this out of the film.
That's funny.
Noob is asking what should be the daily risk limit of a 100K account. Is that a question about futures or Forex? Because I think it's a little different.
Yeah, the drawdowns are different. You definitely have more drawdown in Forex. I think the drawdowns, is it 3K on a 100K account in futures? Yeah, let me know if it's futures or Forex, dude. Where do you see that question? I don't see it. Is it like recent?
Before
for Forex? So it's you have a 10% drawdown, right? So you have a 10K drawdown.
Gold. Come on, go down.
If you have a 10K drawdown, noob, I personally would probably risk somewhere around so it's 5%. So you have 5K drawdown. Overall 10%. I probably would risk around $500 or so, maybe even a little less. But I do aim for bigger R multiples too. So right, I'm not taking profits real quick. So like if I say I risk $500 or even less, say I risk $300, I'm aiming to make 1,500 or 2K or whatever it may be. For instance, the trade I'm currently in had $500 worth of risk. So I'm trying to get 1,200 out of it. We are still moving up nicely. Yes, sir. Oh, now I see Noob's message. I don't know how I missed that.
Noob Trader's talking about
Yeah, I
his
see that.
experience. Yeah, that happened to me too. I just waited a half hour and tried it again later. That when I first opened up my Funder Pro futures in January, but I was able to open it eventually. What is Fed Chair Powell going to talk about today?
Oh yeah, do I gotta get out of my trade?
We don't know for sure.
Yeah, I don't want to do that again. Last time I forgot about 10 a.m. news. I got screwed. Just give me this pop.
Gold shot itself in the foot after the session on yesterday. So the price action, I think at the higher level, there's a daily pivot point at 2907. So it didn't make it up there, but I'm shorting it, hopefully not prematurely. I'm tired of getting stopped out. But I really think gold is shot in the foot. It's got to do a sell-off.
$10 till Jerome Daddy Powell. I'm moving stop up to profit in case this doesn't want to go up and fill me. I'm gonna at least lock 555 on the day because I think I gotta close this in 8 minutes either way.
Man, gold is either going to bounce right now or come down here.
Are you still in your gold shorts, Brian?
Yes, sir. I am. Here it comes. I'm really watching it closely because it's going to come up on this 5-minute trend line that I've been showing on my chart. It's either going to bounce off of it, I'm going to lose my profit, or it is going to bash through it and I'm going to be rich on a challenge.
I'm rich, bitch.
No more music. I can't play no music now. I'm going to write my own song so I can play it.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we need. All right, NQ, just playing with me. Never, there it is. All right, bang, bang, bang. 12 hundo on the day. Stress-free, easy money, baby. Well, that was pretty simple. I had pretty low expectations, but that worked out nicely.
Look at that. Good job.
That worked out nicely. I'm flat. We got Powell coming on. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to try to overdo it today. After that, we've got the big CPI move down. The everlasting, never dying bull in me wants us to just see us just erase that whole gap down. Let's go pumpernickel. See a pump fest. That and because I'm also still holding some Apple and Tesla calls. Thanks, Ashton. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Oh, here, Brian, you're still in the short. Let me put yours on now since I'm flat.
My screen looks like a cluster. A lot going on here. Yeah, so it's climbing up this uptrend right here on the 5-minute chart. And that's where I was commenting a moment ago that it might bounce off that. Could be bouncing right now for all we know. On the 15-minute, this red line I have going down is the 15-minute. And to be a true downtrend, price needs to get underneath that for me. And that's what I'm kind of hoping for. I think what it's done in the past 45 minutes is just a reversal pattern. But
also, if anybody trades oil, I think there's oil news for Funder Pro in a half an hour.
Yeah. So I drew this little orange line there. This is a point of support down here, so I'm thinking it could make it all the way. What I'm banking on is, well, not really banking on, but I'll stop out if this thing reverses on me. I'll manually stop out quick. But if it breaks through that white trend line and gets back underneath the 15-minute red downtrend, I'm going to stick it out because I think it could possibly come all the way down. So if it can get down to this yellow point of concern where all the volume profile is located at in today's session, maybe I'll partial out 50% at that point and see where the other 50% goes. I'm just going to play it off these lines right now and I'll just react accordingly.
4 minutes to the market mover himself testifies.
Most technical analysis on gold are talking about a big sell-off. It's been pumping so much. Even a short-term sell-off is rather due. You can somewhat go for it with some tight stop losses. Don't cry about it if you lose a few bucks here and there. Try a few times to catch it on its reversal, and you could really catch something big. So far, I haven't. Here it comes again, going up.
Yeah, this is where I remind you: the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. No, I'm just kidding. Well, Brian's good at sniping these tops, but
gold. Yeah, the market can do anything. It's your job to change your mind when the market says change your mind.
Yeah.
Don't stick with a plan gone bad.
I like that.
Just accept it. If the market says, and some people ride out that darn green and red fun little drawing we can do, right? Let me do it. Oh. It's like, well, I'll only get out if it goes all the way. Hey man, when you can't tolerate it anymore, you don't want to, think of it like, when did the market change its mind? Don't rely completely on your ratio of RR, you're allowed to exit a trade.
Yeah.
I think too many people, including myself, I was once hell bent on following these things, and I just don't use them anymore. I exit when the market says exit. I do much better that way. But I'm not knocking it. Everyone has their way. There's no wrong way. You just got to find what suits you and your personality. My way is obviously the best way, so I take that back. I take it back. Obviously, it's not, because look at this. Look at this green bar going up. It won't last. It won't last. Momentum's down. That's a grab. That's stopping people out right now. Stopping people out. What's that?
Yeah.
That green 5 minutes gonna crash back.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. I mean, I think a slower, like the index has made this move up. I wouldn't be surprised if we slow down and kind of go sideways for the rest of the day. I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
I would be surprised at a harsh rejection, and I wouldn't be surprised if we keep melting higher. I'm kind of torn on what I think we're gonna see.
I think on Monday when Powell testified, I think it did go sideways most of the day. At least gold did.
Well, he testified yesterday, right? Did he testify yesterday?
Let me see. I have it right here on my
Which
screen.
we basically ranged. Like, we made a move up from the
Yesterday.
open. We gapped down, and then like the first hour of the day, we made a decent move up, and then we went sideways the rest of the day. Yeah.
Yesterday, you're right. You're right.
But yeah, we pretty much ranged yesterday, other than that first hour.
Mm-hmm. I traded some of the Asian session last night.
How'd you do?
Did good. I messaged you this morning.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
On a little accomplishment. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
That was right around.
Was that on gold, or what were you trading?
Gold, yeah. Funny thing is, it was probably 10:30 p.m. my time. My alert went off on my phone, just kind of telling me, hey, this is happening, or one of my alerts. So I come back to my office and made a trade, and it did good. And then that's why I have those alerts.
Yeah, there you go. I love using alerts. Yeah, it's a good way not to overtrade. Just let them they let you know when price is at an area you're interested in. And
Right.
do you see Ashton's question?
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do today. Powell's testimony yesterday, I guess. Like I was saying, gold shot itself in the foot after the session. The price action was below a daily pivot, and what were they talking about? The bullion was facing the pivot points resistance levels, I think. I'm trying to regurgitate some stuff I heard on Bloomberg. Sometimes that stuff is right over my head. They speak so fluently about it. I'm like, wait, what? But the bottom line is gold has hit a bunch of psychological areas, pivot points, resistance areas. I think that would mostly be fundamental analysis, because I do take into consideration when there's big stuff going on, what those fundamentals are saying. And those fundamentals a lot of times incorporate the psychological aspect. Like, think about it, Tyler. $3,000. What a psychological level for gold.
Yeah, for sure.
And here we are pushing. What have we been? $29.42. There's the all-time high on gold. Some of my old notes. So look at this 4 hour. You could see that go down. It comes up there. Look at this. This is a 4 hour trend line here. Here's your bounce from earlier today. You got a rejection, and here's the red candle I'm obviously going off of right now to come down. And all I'm saying is I want it to come down to about right here.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at it from a 4 hour perspective, man, I do not trade on that chart. I love the 4 hour in the story that it tells on any instrument, but I definitely do not trade on that because I think the whole risk to reward is all different. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely have to size. You have to size a lot smaller. The higher the time frame chart you're trading on, typically the wider stop you have to have, and therefore you got to size down smaller. But normally you're capturing a bigger move as well, so a little bit of balance there.
Look at this thing. Come on down, broke through the little 5 minute uptrend that we had going on that white line. It's approaching this red 15-minute downtrend. It needs to come to the other side of it. So I'll allow it to bounce some. I almost think this is insignificant. I like this red line here because it's just reminding me that price can now fluctuate and consolidate for a while, just, right down that red line.
Yeah.
Here it comes. But I think it has a true chance to follow this orange arrow I drew down here. Now that would be over the course of the next few hours. Well, wait, I have it drawn out for the next hour. But I think it's possible. I just think it could do a sell-off. And this yellow line is just my automated POC, point of concern, for the volume profile for the session coming off right there. A very nice basic indicator that FunderPro has on TradeLocker for us. I think it's underutilized by a lot of people. Okay, so this is going to do a lot of big bouncing now, I think. And it's just a matter of I'm going to catch it as low as I can. And these profits down here, Tyler, that's deceiving because all that really is it's about where if I exited now, I'd just break even for the day on this particular account.
Gotcha.
I stopped. Yeah, I had some stop losses earlier that kind of added up to that. So, that's why I threw in a third position a little while ago. Back to, was it Noob Trader that was asking what a decent risk would be on 100K? And I heard your response was close to about 500. I think that's safe. That's half of 1%.
Yeah.
I like that if I'm entering a trade that I feel there's uncertainty on. If I think it might just have a slight, lesser than large chance of doing what I want it to do, I'll go with half of 1%. But otherwise, I typically go with 1% risk. It's how I gauge it out. I think that's about right. Yeah, give or take a few $100.
Yeah.
So that'd be about 1,000, right, on 100K. So
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it depends how you look at the combine phase too. Like if It's like taking losses on your combine or your challenge or whatever you call it. If taking losses on those accounts like affect you mentally, like definitely keep your risk small. If you're someone who likes to trade them a little bit more aggressive, because it's not a big deal. You're if you take a loss, it doesn't affect you mentally too bad. You're trying to aggressively get to funding. I think you're definitely okay risking a little more. But like I said, you got to consider the amount of drawdown you have. So if you have $10,000 worth of drawdown and you're risking $1,000, you're risking 10% of your account, right? You're only going to be able to take that 10 trades. If you lose 10 trades, you'll blow the account, right? Now,
Right.
obviously, hopefully, you don't lose 10 trades in a row. But you just got to look at it that way and do the math and figure out what works best for you and your system and your personality when it comes to risk and what you can handle and what you can't.
Right. Ashton, are you shorting gold right now? Ashton commented that the short was looking good, but I didn't know if that implied.
I don't know if you got in it or not. Yeah, he said about the lower high. We got that 5-minute lower high.
You're flat right now, correct, on everything?
I'm flat on futures. Yeah, I locked 1,200 on the day.
On a 50K?
Yes. Yep.
Golly.
Yep.
More bills to pay.
That's right.
Hey,
I have
cool,
some
man.
I have
Good
some
job.
options trades on, so I'm definitely still trading and watching the market, but I'm satisfied with today's trading on my FunderPro futures account.
Mm-hmm. Scrooge is impressed too. Damn.
Thanks, Scrooge. Thanks, dude. Yeah. So Scrooge, we talked about this, right? A little bit of sizing. I used 5 micros. And so I was getting it moved $10 per point because you got $2 per micro, right? So 5 micros, $10 per point. I was able to catch 120 points off the New York kind of opening push. Which, I mean, 120 points on NQ is great. I'll take that all day, every day, 100%.
Ashton says no trade is going on over there. I guess I'm in this by myself. Hey, I'm up 1% for the day. So I made up, but I'm not going to exit. My point of control, I think I accidentally said concern earlier. Point of control is now changed, but I don't buy into that. Currently, I like this line. I need to keep this line right there. That's going to be my, let's make this big.
I think the indexes are starting to look kind of ugly here. See if the selling picks up or not. NQ got that 100 and let's see, we got about 150 point push off the open. We are fading back to the open at the moment. We're still about 50 points, 40 points away from the open, but looks like we're headed back there.
Come on, big boy gold. My wife said if I don't make this one, I'm out. Oh, come on. You ever just like sit there and go, man, I'm in a trade. I'm pretty heavy loaded. Couldn't I just do a liquidity grab to my favor real quick? I don't think I've ever gotten lucky. I've never gotten that stuff. And when I have, it'll go so quick. I don't think I've had a broker ever. If I had a take profit already preset, I don't think it's ever grabbed it. And certainly, I've had stop losses when I'm in too heavy. I've been asked before, why do I go? Let's say I want to go in on a 3-lot size position, right? Well, I break that stuff up into 1s and 0.5s and stuff because when it comes to automated stop losses, I just too often just price blows right through my stop loss without kicking in. If it's a large lot size to the account. So I break it up into multiple positions. In other words, slippage happens worse on the larger sizes. So
yeah, you obviously you'll get more slippage with the bigger, the more size you have on.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I like that buying on Apple. Let's get it pamping here. Let's get it pamping. Resume the pamp. Sorry, Brian. Gold could melt, but I'd like to see Apple and the indexes move up. Just for the sake of my options contracts. I was laughing, Brian. Scrooge said banish to the couch. Wifey's going to banish you to the couch. Brian asked you if you use key levels to catch this short. Or is that blue line a key level that you were watching, or were you just watching weakness on the 1-minute chart?
It's a key level that I was utilizing, and it's also a gold went just above the volume profile peak. So I was looking for it to turn around at that moment. Now I could be completely wrong. It's going to go up from here. I don't know, and I'll change. But I was catching the reversal through its point of control on the volume profile, which a lot of times will match up to my key levels that I draw on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. So in other words, I'll be trading on the 5 and 15 minute, and then the volume profile point of control will a lot of times be spot on to my key level zones that I drew on larger time frames. So I've started learning to trust the lower time frames point of control on volume profile. It sort of automates my key levels a little bit better for my trading style because I'm willing to exit a trade on a tight stop loss and then wait 5 minutes and try to catch it again. Because I know once I catch it, my profits are going to way surpass the little paper cuts I got. Now, I'm against paper cutting yourself to death, but I do believe in, hey, you got to get a little dirty if you want to play some ball.
I feel that.
So, but definitely my key levels, and also don't forget. Was it Ashton that asked that question? I watch price on the intraday as it gets far away from my trend lines, and when the gap from the trend line starts to coincide in a chart space that's also a key level, it's time to do some action. Those are usually my bigger trades, and I try to spot those the best I can for the live stream when we're here. I think it makes for a little bit better viewing if I can do some of these trades in front of folks without being too timid or reluctant to explain those strategies in front of everybody. I think when we first started streaming, Tyler, several months ago, it was a little intimidating at times for myself to say, hey, here's where I'd like to take a buy or a short, because you're going to have people scrutinize your strategy right out of the gate.
For sure.
And vocalize it sometimes, and
Yeah.
I think, you got to be comfortable in your own skin when you do this in front of an audience.
I definitely agree with that. Index is seeing some buying right now.
But I was just kidding about my wife and taking the couch, something like that. She is my biggest fan. She's also my biggest concern because if I have too many bad days of trading, then she notices I'm a different person. She doesn't really like my attitude.
Yeah, it's hard. It is hard to hide the disappointment in
Yeah,
when you're
definitely.
having struggles in trading. It's so hard to remove that from the rest of your life. I mean, it's important, I think, to do so, but it's hard.
Yeah. So that kind of keeps me in check and balance there a little bit on the homestead. But no, last night, like I said, I did some good trading during Asia. Came downstairs. She was about to fall asleep. I said, "Hey, look what I did. Pretty cool." And she said, "Hey, let's make martinis and celebrate." I was like, "No,
Hey.
no, it's too late." My exact words, "No,
Babe, I
Tyler and
gotta
I
be
are
ready
doing a
for
live
CPI
stream."
tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't think I want to celebrate with 11 p.m. martinis on a Tuesday.
Ashton said his wife knows he's had a red day without him saying anything. Totally agree with that one.
Yeah, mine too.
Some strong buying here on ES and NQ and YM. NQ currently putting in about a 75.5 minute green bar. I think Apple had some news with where they said they were partnering with Alibaba on their AI chips, which was part of the reason I traded Apple yesterday. I'd like to see it get up to like 240 this week. ES and NQ back near their intraday highs. I'm talking, during the New York session. I'm not talking the overnight session.
Okay, so gold is doing some nice rejections. If this ends up being a big sell-off on gold right now, I'm going to hit myself for not adding to the position right here. This is right where I would add to the position. On the intraday 5-minute, it is stalling on this candle. The other two are neutral. The last three have been neutral. Well, I guess that green one was a little bit bearish, but it failed. See, that current green bar on the 5-minute for gold.
Yeah.
It's very likely, again, this is to take out people's trailing stop losses. And that was a big one. Gonna eat up my profits and make me go home. I'm already home. Okay,
Market
so
getting some nice buying.
this would be its intraday downtrend. Should stay below that line. Let's get rid of this stuff. I no longer need this. It's probably a better view. Right there. Okay, I'm going to take off this small position. I don't want it to go against me. What do I do? Minute 20 left. The downwards momentum on gold is measuring weaker. When you look at volume, I'm going to exit out of this little. I'm going to take that back. I'm going to hold on to that.
More buying hitting the indexes right now.
Yeah.
Yes is now back into yesterday's low on the day. This is where we opened yesterday as well on ES. Here at 60.65, another 5 points higher.
Boom, right where gold's at. Gold is right on a huge key level. What will you do? What will you do, sir? Follow that to I have nothing to say at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just watching too.
I'm getting ready to stop out on gold if it doesn't put some more downward pressure. It's trying. This little up pullback was easily predictable. It was just a matter of when was it going to do it. I wanted it to do this little pullback around 28.91, not 28.94.
We have about 2.5 minutes on this 15-minute bar. If this 15-minute bar can close strong, it definitely looks pretty good for higher. If it starts to reject here and leaves us with a decent upper wick, I'd say it looks less appealing for higher. Greg said, "Don't short gold; it's on steroids." Yeah. Listen, I can't tell Brian not to do this. I'm with you, Greg. I'm a with trend trader. So my trading style would be looking for golds currently or longs currently on gold if I was trading gold. But I can't knock Brian because he has sniped the top on this stream several times, and he's I'm not going to tell him not to do his thing. He knows what he's doing. He manages his risk.
I'm doing trade and pray right now. Trade and pray.
30 seconds here. We're going to get this 15-minute close. See if it can close strong or starts to reject.
Yeah, Greg. Sometimes the moving averages can make people think that they're the best thing since sliced bread. As soon as it gets choppy, moving averages don't work as your entry points anymore.
Yeah, EMA. I think moving averages, aka EMAs, are basically good for trend trading. That's when they work good. But when you're not trending is when they don't work good.
Yeah, and I think I spoke of the one of my most commonly used ones. Is this it? No. Must be this one. That one. That should be a 10-minute. I mean, a 10 length. Yeah, the 10 EMA on a 5-minute chart. That's my favorite. I'll blink that on and off sometimes just to see if price is above it yet or below it. The 10-minute EMA. God, gold, stop it. The 10-minute EMA. I say 10-minute. Why I said that? The 10 EMA on the 5-minute chart.
10 day.
Yeah, the 10 EMA on the 5-minute chart is very parallel to like Heikin-Ashi candles. It does very similar, because that's all Heikin-Ashi really does is uses certain averages. But yeah, I use that just to make sure I'm not crazy. It'll also, like, when I start seeing candlesticks on the 5-minute go through the 10 EMA, like where the body is going through it, that's when I know we're consolidating or we're choppy. You shouldn't have that. You get these areas that will do that, and so you're either looking at a reversal when your candle body is going through the 10, or you're looking at some consolidation. So, like, if you're heavily profitable in a trade and you start seeing your candlesticks slicing around that, or I should say the 10 EMA is slicing through your candles, that's sometimes a good point of reference to say, okay, I'm going to profit out and walk away. I do that a lot, sort of as a confirmation of exiting a trade. But I don't use moving averages as a guide for entering. What's another thing I use a lot? I'll flip on the MACD. Did I hide it? What did I just do? Show it. Oh.
Ashton said, I just opened my phone and accidentally fast fingered into a gold short. So I did end up in it with you, Brian. Closed out for a small loss. I hate when I fat finger a trade by accident. It's fun. Greg, he also uses the 10 and 25 EMA sometimes. Long gold from 618 from our swing low. Piece. So kind of got a good entry. Holding longs. I like it, Greg. I'm holding some long options. I'll be honest. I want to see us get crazy here. I think things can get. I want to see us pump it up. I would love to erase the whole CPI move and get back up towards yesterday's highs would be epic.
Gold could go to 3K, but I could also see that not happen. Oh my God.
What?
Gold is just toying with my entry point. Okay, so the way I would manage this is I could flatten everything and just wait till the next setup to go south. That's what I'll do. All right, so I exited for virtually no loss, really. And I'll just wait for the next southern setup. If I go north, I need to wait for a pullback. See, that sounds contrary to everything, doesn't it? I think when you become a better trader, you recognize the fact that if I go into gold, then I need to see it pull back, then go up.
Yeah.
And if I want to trade on the short, I'm going to need to see it give me some almost the opposite. And that opposite could have been this most recent green candle, and that was my up, and here it comes down. But I would say if that's the case, I would be looking for gold to I wouldn't really short it till the beginning of that yellow line. So I'd be waiting for some action right over in here. Let's see what it does. What are you watching on your side?
So I'm curious. I'm waiting. I think ES is gonna push into yesterday's lows here. NQ is, and when I say lows, I'm referring to the New York low. ES is already above yesterday's low and back into yesterday's range. I think there's a chance we go pump fest and erase this whole CPI move down. I mean, NQ only needs another 100 points, and we're basically at the open of the 5-minute candle that dumped. So, but I'm not in any futures positions. I'm in Apple and Tesla, which are both working out pretty well. But I'm trying not to scale out. I think I'm quiet because I'm like intensely watching to see if this could start to break out more and see how nice today can get. I'm up decent so far in the options account. But if we start to get a little squeezy where we start pumping, it could go really well. So I'm trying to hold for that. We'll see. ES now is officially tagged its opening print yesterday. It's low yesterday. Starting to push through it. See some buying higher. I don't like that Apple didn't push with that. Come on, Apple.
Last year, I would get so bored sitting here trading throughout the day. I got really good at the Rubik's Cube.
Oh yeah, it's a good.
Yeah,
It's a good idea to use that.
I think I was cleaning out a drawer and found my old one sitting in there just from a long time ago.
I've never been good at those. Let's see. Does this keep pushing or not? Does this keep pushing? Get us back to yesterday's highs.
Here she is.
How come it's not all matching, Brian?
No one said go.
Yeah, oh, can you do it? Can you do it like quick? Actually?
I'll do it. I'll demonstrate it sometime here. Yeah, I used to practice it and try to finish before the candlestick would finish.
Ah, that's awesome.
Talk about being bored, huh?
Oh, I love it.
So I got really good at 5 minutes. I got it down to, I think my best would be about 36 seconds, maybe
That's
40 seconds.
crazy. What?
Yeah. Yeah. That's my very, very best. Usually I'd average more like about minute and a half to 2 minutes. So not trying to set a world record, but it was interesting to watch myself get faster.
That's cool.
Yeah. Pointless, but exercises your mind. I mean, it's just pattern recognition, you know. They published everything on it now, so it's not like it was when it first originated and no one knew how to do it. This is an easy setup. It's not actually messed up that bad. Check this out. There you go.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. This man solved the Rubik's Cube in 2 minutes.
It wasn't that messed up. It was reversed a little bit to a pattern I think I was working on about this time last year.
All right, gold giving you a potential lower high here. Are you still in your short,
Yes.
Brian?
Yes, Greg, it was rigged. It was an old pattern I'd practiced on. You set it and then you practice the memorization of it on purpose, and that's all. It was not a proper random grab. I'm not on the gold. I'm watching it. I wanted to enter that little cloud I drew. It's overall in an uptrend. I'm just trying to catch the downwards momentum. See, and I don't care when people say, "Oh, it's going to go up to this big number up here. You should be long." It's like, well, when you're trading the 5-minute chart,
yeah,
you can get 20, 30, 40, 50 pips on gold.
Just a pullback. Yeah.
That can get you $500,000 a day. That can make you pass your challenge. You know, you don't have to really go with those whole outside discussions on where it's headed. It never goes anywhere in a straight line. That's all you got to remember.
So yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
If it's going to go up to 3,000, it's going to come down sometimes. And I think once you get familiar with an instrument, if it does go up, it's always, I think you'll agree, Tyler, 2 steps up, 1 step down, 2 steps up, 1 step down, or vice versa. And when you get comfortable with it, you can take those quick shorts and 2-step longs, or vice versa. I just think it's time for gold to start doing 2 steps up, 2 steps down, 2 steps up, 2 steps down. I could see that happen the rest of this week into next week, fooling everybody. Go hit 3K like 3 times or something over the next 2 weeks, or not, or just leave it in the dust and head south. Take trades against trades on challenge. Greg's asking kind of a statement question there, but
guys, can't you just take trades against trades on challenge phases and print like good money? Yeah, some. I mean, maybe you could do that on, like, if you're using multiple prop firms. I think most prop firms have like hedging rules where you can't be, like, if you're long on gold on one account, you can't be short on gold on the other account.
See, gold is flatlining on its momentum now. Okay, so I will re-enter a short. We'll put in 1 position. Let's see. Okay, second position. So if I were to snipe it, this is how I would do it. It lost its upward momentum, even though it's still in an uptrend. This could be the pivot point where it's going to turn.
NQ 15-minute looks worse than the ES 15-minute.
Yeah, Greg, Tyler, correct me if I'm wrong, but challenges are simulated B-book.
Oh, yeah, everything in a challenge is all sim when you're trading a challenge.
Yeah. But still, because they want you to succeed, they don't allow certain forms of account.
I'm currently trading a funded account and cash account, though, so I'm not. I think Brian's taking this challenge. He's been on this challenge, but I mean, he has funded accounts as well.
Yeah. And yeah, it's always good to distribute your wealth and knowledge into other trading challenges around. Gary and Christian will admit that from time to time on the AMAs. They know people invest into other firms. Over here, though, on FunderProTv, we only show our FunderPro activity. It wouldn't be kosher to demonstrate something else. But I still love FunderPro's Forex. I love TradeLocker. I'm very comfortable with it. It was a little bit suffering 12 months ago. You know, it was new to me, but I love FunderPro for Forex and the 80-20. Man, there are no hidden rules there. You know, you go somewhere else and you sometimes have to work to get booked.
Oh yeah, for sure. The fact that you could take you pass, you get funded. Obviously, their challenges are a little bit more difficult than maybe some of the other firms, but they, they A book right out of the gate, so makes perfect sense that they are. But once you're past, it's crazy. It's like so hard to beat that you can. All you got to make $50 and you can take payout from that first trade. Like that's so fire. That's awesome.
Yeah, really is.
And the fact that your profits come from the market, so you don't have to like worry. You don't have to stress that like, oh, did my prop firm sell enough challenges this month that they can afford my payout? Right? It's like your profits are literally backed from the market. Oh, I don't like this NQ 15-minute. It's now breaking below its previous 15-minute low. ES hasn't done that yet, but I think we may see. I don't know if we fully reject here, but it's currently given vibes that we might. And if we reject harshly, we can 100% head back down to the lows. But my options were just starting to do good. Don't do this today. I went higher.
While we have it on my screen, I'm going to demonstrate how much the MACD can help in this situation. I use it sometimes if I want to measure, all indicators lag, but it's okay if you wanted to see what is the measurement of the market right now. And this blue area that I like to always do is columns is actually the MACD line. But right in here, you see momentum has just leveled off. There's no momentum. Well, that tells me that it's dying to the upside. It could still go, but that's what gave me confidence when I saw that these candlesticks are just flattened. So I know without even opening a MACD that it looked like that. It's just you start learning your indicators on what they look like by looking at the candles.
Yeah. Once you have them on your chart for a while and you get to know them, you'll realize that you can kind of figure out what they would be doing just based off of the price action.
Exactly. Yeah. So so what I like to do, sometimes I'll use the MACD to come in. I'll come in and look at and say, hey, and again, this top of the blue columns is what the MACD line would be. And I always remove the signal line. I don't need it. The signal line, the histogram is the result of the MACD and signal line process. So you already can see that demonstrated in the greens and reds. All right, well, as long as I get a MACD column going up with a histogram going up, I want to know that I'm in a long trade. If I'm trying to catch a snipe, well, then I'm trying to catch the MACD at a peak. And that's hard to do. You can't do it looking at the MACD. You would never know when to go in. You have to do that by just watching potential high rejected, going to new highs. Is this going to be the final high? Then when you start seeing the MACD do some convergence, divergence, you can start measuring it out based on that textbook theory. But so if I was trading textbook right now and being very, very safe, let's say I needed 1% remaining to pass the challenge, I wouldn't have even gone short right now on this. I would have waited until the MACD was below the zero line with a red histogram down on the first one, and pop, I would have shorted it. And I would have shorted it at like a very, very safe number and risk like half of 1%. When you go that far in a challenge, you just don't want to blow it.
I feel that.
But I really do appreciate the indicators on my screen when I'm getting close to passing an eval. They just help me assure that I'm not doing anything completely opposite. Kind of helps me stay in check, no matter how experienced I get. When I'm about to pass something, there's no doubt that in my emotions and my psyche, you're not timid, but your thoughts. How often do you sit on that page of life? I'm 5 minutes from passing. You don't sit on that page of life every day.
Yeah.
So I don't trust myself. I don't have, if I've passed 7 challenges in my life, well, I've only had 35 minutes of being on that page of life. And so, yeah, that's when I'll go to the MACD. That seemed like a good moment to talk about it. And that's one of my favorite indicators because I can get a true mathematical measurement on momentum and trend.
NQ starting to reverse that 15 minute looking rejection. Starting to flip into a bit of a hammer. Just flipped into a green hammer a bit. Do you think NQ longs would be valid right now? You could put a stop at 21,675. So that's about it's about a 50-point stop. But aiming for yesterday's high.
Okay, I am about to exit gold and let it chill out some more if it needs to. I'm out.
Yeah, 5-minute buy just triggered on gold.
So I didn't do anything but a manual stop out. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I mean, goodness gracious. It's just completely sideways. I almost guarantee it's because Powell's testifying right now. I'm watching it though. I'm still watching it harder to go south than I am to take it long. Matter of fact, I don't know that I would go long on it. This line is no longer valid. Ashton says he keeps the MACD up because it keeps his emotions in check. Yeah, I agree with that.
Greg said all these boomers must be so happy on their gold spot holdings. That's funny. That's why Brian likes trading gold so much. Boomer over here. Index is renewing some strength here. See if we keep going or not. ES is still at yesterday's New York low. Still battling that. Apple had a strong day yesterday, and it's coming back into yesterday's high. I do think the fact that individual names held up pretty well is what It's kind of leading to this bounce in the indexes. I'm cautious that we're just going to get a harsh failure and sell off, but right now, higher still looks to be on the table to me.
Can't play a song. Can we at least sing a song?
I think we can. I think we can do that. Yeah, I got an email. The FunderPro YouTube account got an email that our video was being taken down for playing, I believe, in a thing called Love. We got hit with a copyright infringement. I believe in a thing called Love.
$10,000.
Well, I do sound so much like him. If I sing it, we might get it removed. JK. Pump it up. Pump it up. I want higher. My Tesla longs at 15-minute looks like it's gonna fail that rejection. I want Tessie to 350. It's another $10 on the underlying. 10-ish. Would be amazing. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but oh no. See, this is what I was worried. This is what I didn't want to happen. I think a harsh rejection could come too. I don't want to get too comfortable.
I'm trying to imagine what you're looking at when you say that.
I know. I don't know.
I'm not looking at any other.
I'm looking. So I have a grid view on Thinkorswim that has 12 different grids up. So I'm looking at Apple in the 5-minute and 15. I'm looking at Tesla on the 5-minute and the 15. I'm looking at YM and gold on the 5-minute. I'm looking at NQ and ES on the 5 and 15 and the hourly. So I have a lot. I'm looking at a lot.
Sounds like it.
Just seeing how things move in conjunction with each other.
Just go for it, Tyler.
I'm trying to hold for the moon, man. I could go flat right now and it would be a good day, but I'm trying to hold for the moon. Sometimes when we reverse these big pre-market moves down, we can get a little short squeezy and we start to really pump.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to hold to see if we can get that today. Keeping my expectations in check, but I think it's a possibility.
Jesus, gold. I can't snipe for hell today. Okay. Pal, shut up.
Is he still on? Is he still talking?
I imagine that stuff can be so dragged out. Like, they get started late, too. I mean, I guess it's since the testimonial thing, they have those timers.
Yeah, I think they are when it's like a Congress hearing. They normally are pretty on time.
We could do that here. I yield my time back to Tyler.
Well, I think I'm done trading futures for the day. I don't know if Brian's going to take any more stabs at gold or not.
I'll wait at this point, and I'm waiting for an actual trend change up. I think with the federal chair talking right now that you just can't get a clean snipe. This is when you're going to paper cut yourself to death. So I paper cutted myself twice now trying to snipe it down. I don't regret 1 second that I didn't take those earlier profits. I was really going for something strong. And you know what? By sheer coincidence, every time we're streaming, gold seems to be in a snipeable type of location, and it's been kind of, just putting itself out there. It's funny because I'll trade gold, some in Asia, a lot during London, and a little bit during New York. And the only times I get some really good snipe opportunities is when I'm streaming here. That's just coincidental. That's going to go away soon.
Yes, still not able to get over yesterday's low. Another little rejection here. It's been kind of stuck in between 60, 65 and 60, 57 for the last 10 minutes or so. Actually, more like 30 minutes. $20 minutes.
Andrew's asking, will gold cross the all-time high this week? Most analysts are saying no. They think with the stuff going on, just the sheer discussions with interest rates and
that means
tariffs.
It will, because the analysts are trying to just make you their liquidity. Just kidding.
Yeah. No. That's
the theory about Jim Cramer. That's why inverse Cramer works. He's a pawn to the hedge funds to get you to do the opposite of what they're doing.
I agree. I don't do anything based on anybody saying anything. I just do it on sheer experience, But if someone asks the question, do you think it can do XYZ this week? It's like, well,
it can do anything.
A lot of analysts are saying no, but some are saying it's such a psychological level, it will go up to 3,000 on gold. Well, I dare anybody to enter a trade just based on, oh, okay, you said so. But it's funny how, Tyler, how right you are in those comments.
Yeah. Yep.
If I want a little bit of edge on a directional choice I'm trying to interpret with candlesticks and trends in the way I trade, I like to look at what's the consensus of it going up or down, and I'll do the opposite. Or let's say I want to short gold, but the consensus says it's going to go up, but I really think it could go down, and I have a reason to look at, when I look at my chart, it's going to go down. I like seeing that the consensus thinks it'll go up.
Yeah, because you can get more people trapped that way, and that's how you get bigger moves. More people trapped in the opposite direction of the trade, the bigger the move you can get in the other direction.
And I've never heard 90% of day traders are successful. That's not true.
That's right. That's right. So doing the opposite of the crowd can be quite often a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Greg, I do not hold any physical gold.
I'm not that old.
I don't know. This battle here makes me think that we may start to reject. I got my finger on the trigger to exit my longs.
So you're telling me you don't buy Roslyn gold, Tyler?
No. If I were to invest in something long term, like a store of value, I don't think gold's about to do that. But I gotta be honest, I think I'm a believer in Bitcoin. I'd probably go Bitcoin.
I've been studying Bitcoin lately.
Yeah.
I've been putting it on my strategies, trying to get a few things.
I don't like it for day trading. I just like it for like a store of value investment type of thing.
Yeah. I've only looked at it as possibly day trading. I always feel like Bitcoin has me on the whole, whatever the opposite of FOMO is, I always feel like it already got away. It's gone.
Yeah. It's funny.
You
There's a
know?
lot of Bitcoin believers who still think 100K is cheap, but it just depends your philosophy on it.
I remember buying Bitcoin. I remember buying one coin of it when it was around 5,000. And I remember it reversed on me that week. I lost a couple $100, so I got out. Should have gone long and held
Yeah,
it for 5
should have
years.
held it.
But who would have known? I mean, come on. Remember when it got to like something like, was it 20 or 20,000,
Yeah.
25,000? And then it came back down to 10. And then, these happen in what, 6-month swings?
Yeah, it's volatile for sure.
Do you remember when it was going up crazy, 18,000, 25K, and people were like, or not people, but analysts and, on news, they were saying, is that the end of Bitcoin? And it came down 12, 11, 10. And is that the end of the big?
That's probably when the elites started believing in it. They probably like, all right, now that it's dumped, let's tell everybody it's dead. So they all sell their Bitcoin and then we'll all load up on it.
Yeah.
I think the 15-minute looks like we could be rejecting here. ES has a 15-minute failure to go higher at yesterday's low. We've broken under the previous 15-minute low. But we're also still kind of going sideways on the 2 and 5-minute. There's a chance we just keep consolidating. But I would proceed with caution here. I'm going to give my positions a little bit more room.
I'm going to go south one more time on gold. Oh, you sneaky little.
I think it's also possible that the indexes are trying to trap overly bearish people after the CPI moved down right now before we now finish the move back towards the highs. I think that's a real possibility as well.
I like that point. Yeah. That's a good point. You always have those good points like that.
You just gotta, you gotta look at all the different scenarios and see, think to yourself what's more likely to happen. I'm trying to go for a banger on options. I could end today right now and be up like $1,200, but I want to have like $5,000 or $6,000 day. That's what I'm aiming for.
So, I figured out why I wasn't getting a data connection feed on my FunderPro futures.
Why was that?
I was I'm trying to remember the exchanges. You know how you have the commodity exchange?
There's the CME, the CMEX, the CBOT.
So I had bought into the add-on to get the commodity exchange, which gives you the markets for metals like gold, silver, copper. I think FunderPro automatically gives you CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange.
They do. Yep.
Okay. And so that gives you like the NQ and whatnot. Damn it, gold. I am going to still play this out. You can paper cut me to death, but I'm doing it. I should have stayed in it 30 seconds ago. I had expired on my whatever you, COMEX or whatever you would say, the commodity exchange.
Yeah.
Well, that's the one that gives you gold, right? So it had expired on me, and what was happening is every time I'd open up the futures platform, it would try to auto connect to that instrument.
Oh, you know what? I did. Somebody at FunderPro told me that it expires at the end of the month. So even if you buy it on the 25th, it still expires at the end of the month.
So yeah,
that makes sense.
It did that. I mean, I was kind of stupid. It took me many days to figure out well, wait a second. Why does it keep trying to open up to the same asset? Same commodity. Let me try to look at the NQ. Whoop, comes right up. Okay, let me try to look at this other one. Oh, comes right up. So then I say, okay, let me go back to gold.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah. Well, then I tried to go back to gold. It wasn't even a selected option. So I couldn't select it because it's not even, I'm not on it. That's what it looked like. Like I couldn't even find it in the search. Or maybe I did. I can't remember anymore. But bottom line is, like my browser on the web platform continuously tried to get that instrument, and it was remembering how I exited the platform last. So
that makes sense. That
I
makes
went
sense.
ahead
I'm
and
glad you
renewed.
figured that out.
Yeah, I renewed it. I think it's like $5 a month, so it's pretty inexpensive to get access to FunderPro's futures for metals.
Greg says it's, come on guys, I'm 22. I think gold is better than Bitcoin. Time's changing, gentlemen. Yeah, listen, man, don't get me wrong. I said I think gold's a fine investment as well. I think they're both fine, but you say times are changing. I agree. Times are changing where Bitcoin's being adopted more widely. My grandma started asking me to buy Bitcoin though, so maybe it is the top. You never know.
Well, Greg's young enough to be my kid, so I wouldn't listen anyway.
Well, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up for today. It is 11:15. We normally wrap it up here. I'm kind of torn in terms of where I think the indexes go from here. And I made my money on my FunderPro futures account. I'm happy with today. So, gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna hold my options plays a little bit longer, see how we finish out today. But we'll be back with this stream on Friday. So remember to trade safe. I think there's some more news the rest of this week for FunderPro is restricted. You can check it out on Instagram or in their Discord. You can use code RISKLIFE for discount off of any accounts on Forex or futures. And we'll see you guys all on Friday. So peace out, everybody.
Bye.